Mysteries of Spontaneous Human Combustion, unveiling the chilling true stories. Spontaneous Human Combustion, SHC, captures imaginations with its eerie and unexplained nature. The phenomenon involves individuals bursting into flames without an apparent external source. Despite numerous cases, SHC remains shrouded in mystery and continues to baffle scientists and skeptics alike. Mary Reeser was found burned to death in her Florida home in 1951. Strangely, only her foot and slipper remained intact. The intense heat puzzled investigators, and her case became one of the most famous instances of SHC. In 1980, Henry Thomas, a Welsh man, was discovered reduced to ashes in his living room. There was minimal damage to the surrounding furniture, intensifying the mystery. Despite thorough investigations, authorities found no clear cause for the devastating fire. Michael Faherty, an Irish pensioner, was found incinerated in his home in 2010. Investigators ruled his death as SHC, marking one of the few times the phenomenon has been officially recorded. His case reignited debates and further intrigued the public. Dr. John Irving Bentley was discovered burned to death in his Pennsylvania home in 1966. Only his lower leg remained intact, with the rest of his body reduced to ashes. The perplexing case added to the growing list of unexplained SHC incidents. George Mott, a firefighter from New York, was found mysteriously burned in his home in 1986. Only a fragment of his skull and a piece of his ribcage were discovered among the ashes. He did not survive this enigmatic phenomenon. Robert Francis Bailey, a homeless man in London, was witnessed burning in 1967. Despite efforts to extinguish the flames, it was too late to save him. His case remains one of the few SHC incidents observed by others. Frank Baker, a U.S. Vietnam veteran, claimed to have survived SHC in 1985. He reported burns that healed over time, making his story both rare and compelling. Unlike many others, Baker lived to tell his tale of spontaneous human combustion. Jack Angel's claims of surviving SHC in 1974 come with controversy. He suffered severe burns and amputations, but lived. His story has faced skepticism, yet it adds a unique perspective to the mysterious phenomenon of human combustion. Agnes Phillips, an elderly woman in Australia, experienced SHC in 1998. She briefly survived the ordeal, but eventually succumbed to her injuries. Her case adds to the tragic list of individuals affected by this unexplained and fatal occurrence. Agnes Phillips, an elderly woman from Australia, experienced a terrifying ordeal in 1998. Briefly surviving spontaneous human combustion, she was found with severe burns. Tragically, despite medical intervention, she later succumbed to her debilitating injuries. Anne Hamilton's mysterious death in 1965 left only her feet and parts of her legs intact. Found incinerated, her case adds to the perplexing incidents of spontaneous human combustion, leaving experts and loved ones searching for answers. Peter Jones's body was discovered partially burned in a chair in 1951. The unexplained nature of his death continues to baffle those who study spontaneous human combustion, highlighting the eerie and unpredictable nature of such occurrences. Margaret Hogan, a woman from Dublin, was found incinerated in her home in 1970. Only her feet remained, adding her to the list of puzzling spontaneous human combustion cases that defy conventional explanations and continue to intrigue investigators. Phyllis Newcomb met a bizarre and tragic end in 1938 when she burst into flames while dancing at a club. The sudden and inexplicable nature of her death remains a chilling reminder of the mysterious phenomenon of spontaneous human combustion. Helen Conway's tragic death in Pennsylvania in 1964 remains a chilling example of spontaneous human combustion. Found burned to death in her home, Conway's case left investigators baffled, with no clear external ignition source to explain the intense and localized fire. Henry Ford's 1919 demise in an Ohio jail cell adds another mysterious case to the SHC phenomenon. Despite the confinement and lack of flammable materials, Ford's body was found charred, leaving authorities puzzled over how the fire could have started and spread so rapidly. In 1967, William Churchill was discovered burned in Pennsylvania under similarly perplexing circumstances. With no apparent external source of ignition, Churchill's case fuels the enigmatic narrative of spontaneous human combustion, challenging conventional understanding and leaving more questions than answers in its wake. Charles Williamson's 1959 case in Indiana saw him half burned in his bed with no apparent cause for the fire. The lack of an obvious ignition source adds to the growing list of troubling SHC cases that defy traditional fire safety explanations. The wick effect offers a possible explanation for SHC, suggesting that the human body can act like a candle. In this theory, body fat serves as fuel while clothes or hair act as the wick, leading to a slow, intense burn. Spontaneous human combustion has long fascinated and puzzled scientists. Many believe the phenomenon can be explained through natural causes, such as the wick effect, where the human body burns like a candle, with body fat serving as fuel and clothing as the wick. Despite scientific skepticism, the enigma of spontaneous human combustion persists. The chilling accounts and unexplained nature of these incidents leave much to ponder. As we examine these morbid cases, the mystery of human combustion continues to captivate our curiosity and imagination. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.